This video covers the information on airport security. Please take the opportunity to study the video contents. Thank you for your attention. Under the Aviation Security Regulation Chapter 494, Sub-Legislation A, all persons and vehicles shall not enter or remain in the airport restricted area without lawful authority. Control of access to the airport restricted area at HKIA is governed by the Aviation Security Regulations. Under these regulations, it is an offence for any person or vehicle to enter or remain inside the airport restricted area without a valid permit. Airport restricted area. The possession of an airport permit does not grant the right of access to the entire airport restricted area. This is because the airport restricted area is divided into 5 zones. These are passenger terminal building, cargo apron, maintenance base and long-term parking apron, passenger apron, runway and taxiway. All vehicles and persons accessing the airport restricted areas are subject to control. Airport permits. Airport permits are issued to airport staff for official duty inside the airport restricted area. Maximum validity is 2 years. The permit contains photo, name, company, and the expiry date. The background color of the permit indicates the level of access allowed. Airport staff with a valid airport permit can enter the airport restricted area via designated staff access. The airport permit and fingerprint have to be verified by the card readers at the staff access channel. Authorized personnel may also access other secured areas in the airport through the use of ACS card readers installed by the side of the respective access doors. The permit holder shall display his or her permit prominently at the outer clothing above the waist whilst in the airport restricted area, and should not just hold the permit or keep it inside the pocket or the handbag. Permit endorsements. There are 3 permit endorsements indicated by B, D or E. A B endorsement indicates authorization to access the baggage handling area. A D endorsement indicates the permit holder has been approved to drive a vehicle inside the airport restricted area. An E endorsement indicates the permit holder has the authorization to escort a person into airport restricted area. Color coding. The level of access to airport restricted area is indicated by the background color of an airport permit. There are 7 color codes and each represent either a single zone or multiple zones of access. Blue is for cargo apron only. Beige is for maintenance base and long-term parking apron only. Yellow is for passenger terminal buildings. Orange is for cargo apron, passenger apron, maintenance base and long-term parking apron. Green is for all the aprons, runway and taxiway, but not the passenger terminal buildings. Purple is for all the aprons and passenger terminal buildings, but not the runway and taxiway. Red is for all the aprons, runway and taxiway, and the passenger terminal buildings. Never attempt to enter any zone for which your permit is not authorized. Please pay special attention for access to the following areas. The Level 2 baggage handling area is zoned as apron and not the passenger terminal. Only orange, green, purple and red permit holders with a B endorsement are allowed to access this area. Air bridges are zoned as the apron area and are not part of the passenger terminal. Therefore, only orange, green, purple and red permit holders are allowed to use the air bridges. To go to North Satellite Concourse, you need to go via the apron by bus. Therefore, only purple or red color permit holders are allowed access to this area. Enhanced Security Restricted Area. For areas in the airport where active passenger or aircraft operations take place, the area is designated as the Enhanced Security Restricted Area. To enter the area, all persons and items are screened for any presence of restricted articles. In case you have a genuine need to bring bladed or sharp tools into the enhanced security restricted area for business purposes, you are required to complete a restricted article declaration form, which are available at all designated staff access channels. Your explanation given in the form must be consistent with the nature of your work, and you may not use your tools for purpose not specified in the form. When you are inside the ESRA, you must ensure that your tools are secured at all times and not left unattended. Tenant Restricted Area. In addition to the ARA, there are tenant restricted areas in the airport with area interfaced with the apron. Access to the various TRAs are restricted to holders with respective TRA permits issued by the respective tenants. Air Bridge. Airline staff and ground handlers are responsible for the security of their passengers as well as for controlling access through the boarding gates they operate when conducting flight operation. For staff who have dual access rights to control the airbridge doors, please ensure you only use staff mode for your own access and not passenger mode. Passenger mode is only to be used for passenger embarkation or disembarkation process. Doors must be properly closed when the passenger process is completed. Tailgating. When using your airport permit to operate access-controlled doors, especially when entering the apron area, or to operate access-controlled lift, pay attention not to allow unauthorized persons, such as passengers, to follow you through the doors. You should ensure that the door is locked before you leave. Opening security doors by force. Security doors are fitted with alarms and linked to the access control system. There are warning signs on the doors. Do not try to force open security or airbridge doors. Your airport permit must be displayed at the outer clothing at all time whilst you're in the airport restricted area, including the baggage handling area and your airside office. Never use your airport permit to enter the ARA when you are not on duty. Check the expiry date before entering the airport restricted area. You must comply with all directions and requirements from the police, immigration, customs and excise, and AVSICO officers inside the airport restricted area. You must produce your airport permit to the customs officer at exit points for verification. When you are traveling as a passenger, you shall not gain access to any part of the airport using your airport permit. Lost permit procedure. Your airport permit must be securely stored when not in use. If the permit is lost inside the airport restricted area, you must report it immediately to the nearest security officer. You should also report it to the airport police station. If you lost your permit somewhere else in Hong Kong, you must report the matter to your nearest police station and the permit office. Expired permit. Hand in your permit to the company or the permit office upon its expiry or when it is no longer required. Suspicious behavior and unattended bags. If you see anyone acting suspiciously in the airport, do not hesitate. Note the detail and report it immediately to the IAC or police. Unattended bags also pose a risk to the airport. Do not touch it and report immediately to the IAC or police. Also, all transit cards and blank boarding passes that represent documentation for gaining access to the ARA must be properly kept in order to prevent theft or use by unauthorized persons. Any misuse of permits, for example, failure to display your airport permit while you are in the airport restricted area, or failure to comply with the conditions of use of a permit is an offence, which is subject to police investigations and follow-up action by your employer as well as the airport authority. The investigation may result in the cancellation and suspension of your permit, as well as prosecution under the aviation security regulations of the laws of Hong Kong. Airport security is everyone's responsibility. Always observe security procedures.